ATL, I'm going to need y'all to come to the front of the congregation. It's a lot of crime that's been happening in ATL. Listen, I would say 90% of the stories that's been being sent to me, 90% of the stories that's sent to me over this past week has been from Atlanta or the Atlanta metro area. 90% of the stories that has been sent to me over the past week has been from Atlanta. What up, Apex Legend? I appreciate you. It has. Now, when I looked at some of these videos and I said, you know what, I'm going to just pull a couple of them up because I just want to see what the vibe is, I was appalled. I was absolutely appalled. I was taken aback because y'all told me that Atlanta was the Wakanda for black people in America. Say you didn't say it. I heard you when you said it. You said that Atlanta was Wakanda for black people in America. That's what you said. That's what you told me. And so I believed you. That's what T.I. told me. Shout out to all of my rappers. That's what Killer Mike said. Shout out to all of my rappers. Gucci Mane down there. Young Thug was down there tearing shit up. I heard Gunna's down there driving in the Porsche. Everybody told me that ATL was Wakanda for black people. And you know what the funniest thing about the Atlanta area? Most of the people that's there is not even from Atlanta. Nope, they not. They not people that were born in Atlanta, born and raised. Most of the people in Atlanta is transplants. And when they get done tearing up Atlanta, you know where they going? Houston. But neither here nor there. Let's go ahead and get straight into it. I heard Atlanta is out here acting like they ain't got no sense. So we're going to go ahead and have a conversation. Now, this is straight from Fox, what is this? Fox 5 News in Atlanta. Straight from Fox 5 News in Atlanta. Now, upon first looking at this, ladies and gentlemen, the first thing that I said to myself is that a woman or a man? I don't know. You tell me. Is that a woman or a man? Because we're not even at the crime part yet. We gonna get to the crime part. But on top of the crime, and see, this is what makes ATL a little bit more egregious than everywhere else, is that on top of the crime, you don't know if the crime is being committed against or by a woman or a man. Don't look at me funny. You can't tell whether the crime is being committed by a woman or a man over here in ATL. I don't be knowing. When you look at that person right there, you tell me, because I don't know. I'm confused. Is that a woman or a man? What do they identify as? I don't want to offend anybody. I want to make sure that I'm identifying people according to whatever it is that they identify as. Their pronouns. Jim, jer, she, jim, whatever that is. Let's go ahead and get to the story.
All right, tonight, a DeKalb County mom says she is grateful to be alive after a stray bullet struck her in the head. She tells Fox 5's Joy Dukes it happened outside of her apartment complex as her Lyft driver was simply taking her home.
Yeah, that woman tells me it is a day she will never forget. She was in her Lyft on her way home to this apartment complex here off of Snapfinger Woods Drive when she heard two men arguing. As she says from there, she got a really bad feeling. Well, seconds later, she says she heard the sound of gunshots. So 3 of those shots hit her driver's car. One of them struck her in the head.
3 that hit his car, 2 hit me. The wig I had on stopped one.
Now, I don't advocate violence against anybody. I would never advocate. I don't believe that violence. So, based off of the voice of this person, it seems like it's a woman. Okay. I don't know if you just heard what they said. Did you hear what they said? Did you hear the story? Let me play. Let me play it again for the people in the back. Y'all ready? All right.
Struck her in the head.
3 that hit his car, 2 hit me. The wig I had on stopped one, and one landed in my head. I have a bullet in my head right now.
The wig you had on stopped one of the. What kind of fucking wig is this? What? What kind of wig are you wearing to where it stops bullets? Just curious. What kind of wig are you wearing to where it stops bullets? Miss Joy said she had to close her office door. Oh, oh my God. What kind of wig are you wearing to where it stops bullets? I don't know, ladies. I'm not a, what do you call them, beautician or whatever, a hairstylist. I don't know shit about it. I ain't even got no hair. You know what I'm saying? I'm out here living bald and a phenomenal life, right? What are we talking about, y'all? And then she said she still got a bullet in her head. She still got a bullet in her head. And then got her red hair on right after that. Butterfly eyelashes, nose ring, red lipsticks, red hair, and then got the matching jacket. Oh!
3 that hit his car, 2 hit me. The wig I had on stopped one.
The wig. Oh man, this is so stupid. I hate this culture. I hate everything about it. I hate everything about it. Oh my God.
And one landed in my head. I have a
She said it landed in her head like it jumped in her head. No, it hit you. Now, the worst the worst part about this story is the two guys is arguing and stray bullets is going to hit. And see, when these dudes is out shooting, when they out firing and stuff, because they ain't at the fire, they ain't at the gun range, they're not taking aim lessons or whatever. When dudes is firing and it's a stray bullet, it gotta land somewhere. It gotta stop somewhere. It's gonna go into something. One of them just so thankfully got caught by her wig so that it didn't hurt somebody else. Stray bullets get this don't even the way that she describing it. She's saying stray bullets. It don't even sound like it was straight. You can't have 3 shots all go into the same car. One of them gets stopped by your wig. Another one your head caught it, and then the other one just go through the window, and it all go in the same direction. That accurate, and you think that that's a random attack? It don't sound random to me.
bullet in my head right now.
As she tells me, it is by the grace of God that she is alive here today to tell her story. DeKalb County Police are investigating, but so far no word on any arrests. I'll have the full.
I'll be reading super chat shortly. Let me pivot for a minute. Let me share it with another story.
And is found shot to death in a gas station parking lot in Riverdale. Family members say Kamisha Johnson's car jumped a curb before coming to a stop.
Same news source, completely different story, same metro area. Shout out to everything that's happened in the Atlanta metro area.
Where it sat for 2 hours before someone discovered her body inside. They tell Fox 5's Deidre Dukes they won't rest until her killer is behind bars.
It's been 1 week since Kamisha Johnson was found shot to death here off of State Route 85. Her body.
Why is everybody why do most black women's names end with an A? Why do you think that is, Rita? Well, I wonder why that is. Is Kamisha, Starlisha, shout out to J Dub, shout out to all of the super chats. I appreciate y'all. I'm gonna be reading the super chat shortly. Why do all black women's names start with end with an A? It start with a something A. La, sha, ma, da, ka, and then it ends with Y'all, the parents is ghetto. All black women's name, I'm not gonna say all. Most black women ends with an A. All of them. Tasha, Keisha, Isha, Wakeisha, Donisha, Alicia, Nisha, Monisha. Your aunt names you? I don't know why they all names end. Why don't end with a consonant? Why end with a vowel? And it's one letter. The A adds another syllable. Don't they know that mess up job applications and stuff? Anyways, let's continue. See, y'all so busy worried about the system being against you. You need to worry about your parents being against you.
Discovered in her car. She'd been shot to death. Now her family is desperate to know who killed her and why.
My baby sat there for 2 hours waiting for someone to come and help her. Nobody came to help her.
Kamisha Johnson's family dealt a double blow. Their loss compounded by the circumstances surrounding her death.
I never in a million years would have felt something like this would have happened to my daughter.
The 36-year-old worked as a bus driver for the Clayton County School District. She was separated from her husband and lived with her parents in Riverdale.
Here, let me rewind this really quickly. Let me play this over because I want you to see the context behind why I'm saying what I'm saying.
The 36-year-old worked as a bus driver for the Clayton County School District. She was separated from her husband and lived with her parents in Riverdale.
What I was saying was, in addition to the A on the end of women's names, why are most of these women separated from their husbands? You would be hard pressed to find just a normal girl that don't have some drama, that's not separated, divorced, got some kind of blended family or some shit, trying to figure out how to fix this Tetris, this puzzle, and make it work. And I know we're talking about crime right now, but honestly, it's like if you find a woman that's just married without no divorce, or a woman that just don't have kids as a single man, that's like finding a needle in a haystack now. Honestly, that is one of the most difficult things that you can do is find a needle in a haystack of a woman that did not have to move back in with her parents or move back in with her homegirls or have some children or is divorced or some crap like that. That's got to be one of the most difficult things ever. And so now they had to go back into the workforce, and that's why she a bus driver and all of this other type of stuff. But you will be hard pressed to find a woman, I think, nowadays that does not have some trauma attached to her. I don't know. It's weird to me.
Her body was discovered in her car at this BP at around midnight Friday, just a few miles from her home. Her parents say she'd been shot once, the bullet traveling through her shoulder, piercing her heart.
She was such a beautiful person inside and out. Inside and out. She loved to laugh. She loved to dance. She just was a free spirit person. And I just want to know who did this.
Johnson's parents say she often parked...
Like no one comes to the front of the congregation and say, hey, ma'am, I'm sorry. I know she was a free-spirited person, but I did this. Yo, this sounds like a hit. They made one shot. They seen her car crash out. She's sitting there. Ain't nobody. Yo, what kind of area? I thought that Atlanta was better than this. I'm expecting this from Chicago. I might even expect this from Baltimore, even if you go into the red zone of Detroit, right? What kind of area is this to where your car crash out from a shot into your car that pierced your heart, and then you sitting there laying on your horn for the next 2 hours and nobody noticed and nobody say nothing? Nobody noticed and nobody say nothing. You get shot. You in a gas station parking lot. You crash out on the curb into the light pole. You land on the horn and ain't nobody paying attention for the next 2 hours. Ain't nobody calling the police. You don't hear about this. You don't hear about this in white communities. You don't hear about this in Asian communities. You don't hear about this in Indian communities. You don't hear about this in Hispanic communities. This culture is just degenerate. It's a degenerative culture.
behind the BP here on Highway 85 and Thomas Road, taking time out of her day for prayer or quiet reflection.
And she said, I just praise him. And I said, Kamisha, I said, baby, it's just so dangerous out here. She said, Mama, she said, I'm aware of my surroundings.
No, you're not.
I'm not afraid to die.
Let me tell y'all something. I know y'all think y'all tough, ladies. I know y'all think y'all tough, ladies. Y'all not. You're not that situationally aware. You're not paying attention to your surroundings like that. You need covering. I know y'all want to be independent. I know y'all want to be sassy. I know y'all want to continue to do your own thing. I know you keep telling your mama and your daddy, I got this. I know what's going on in my surroundings. You don't know nothing. Y'all have no clue. It's over 1,400 people in this chat right now, and it's going up to 1,500. Make sure y'all hit a like for the YouTube algorithm. What y'all don't really understand is that every single day, you are walking past danger and you don't even know it. You walk past, and I'm going to be reading super chats in a minute. You walk past people that are sizing you up every day. They see you as weak. They see you as an opportunity. If you give them any clue, or if they just so feel like coming at you or taking advantage of you, they can. And you know what you can do about it? Absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. Every single day, you walk past people that are sizing you up, that are evaluating whether or not they want to take advantage of you, looking at you as fool. Because think about it. The one thing that they teach us in gun class is that when criminals target people, they target the person of least resistance. They're not going to go after the person that they think is going to give them some pushback or, is going to fight them or have a problem. They're not trying to put themselves in a position to have to do life or having to kill somebody. Some people, they just going to crash out regardless. They don't really care about that. But in a general sense, the thing that we try to do is mitigate risk. We're trying to lessen the possibility of somebody coming in here and doing something to us. 1,500 people in here. We going to 16. Hit a like for the YouTube algorithm. Make sure y'all subscribe to the Patreon. Link is in the description as well as pinned to the top of the chat. And so when you out, you think that you can go out by yourself and I got this, y'all out at night. We just was reading about the chick over there. I'm rereading Super Chat shortly. Thank you. We just was reading or looking at just a couple weeks ago, we was talking about the chick over in Chicago, 12 o'clock at night, out there with her 14-year-old son, and then next thing you know, he catching a body. He catching a body because no man would be doing that with another man because we understand that level of a threat. And so when y'all think that y'all independent, and listen, God bless her. I hope that, they find a killer or whatever. I don't think that this should happen to anybody. I don't advocate for violence against anybody. But what I'm telling y'all is that I know y'all think this is for you, but all you doing is putting yourself in a position to suffer. All you doing is putting yourself in a position to suffer. Seriously, you are a target. You are a mark. And when people go after people, they go after the person that they think is the weakest because that's the opportunity for less resistance. Why do you think that they do so much crime in the hood? It's not just based off of proximity. It's based off of the cultural norms that they know that it's less likely for you to have to call the police or for the police to respond. Because they know if they come out to that other place where the police is on that shit and they don't have a lot of crime, it's a bigger possibility for them to get caught. See, they sold y'all the narrative that most crime is perpetuated based off of proximity. It's not. It's perpetuated based off of opportunity. And the opportunity for them to be able to get to you, especially considering that it's the path for least resistance when police response is trash. Come on, man. Come on, man. Ladies, you need a man over you. Stop being stubborn. Stop being hard-headed. Don't find yourself in this situation.
These are photos they shared of their daughter's vehicle where her body was discovered. Her parents tell us surveillance video showed the car traveling through the parking lot at around 10 p.m., past the gas station pumps, before jumping a curb and coming to a stop. The vehicle sat there for about 2 hours before someone looked inside and discovered Johnson's body. Her family can't imagine why anyone would harm her, but suspect it was someone she knew.
Of course it was somebody she knew. Of course it was somebody she knew. What you mean you don't know why somebody would harm her? Because you don't really know what's going on in her life, A, and you don't even understand that she's just the opportunity.